Hello everyone. Very good evening to all of you. See myself. Oh, I'm live. So welcome to the session. Please let me know if I'm audible and visible to all of you. Okay. If you can simply confirm me, that would be great. Oh, thank you. So, welcome to the session. Those who are watching me for the first time, I'm your English faculty here on CGB Mentors, Niharika John Mehra, and I am giving this daily classes sessions to all of you, which are of editorial analysis. These are great sessions, daily 8 p.m. Actually, Monday to Saturday. Sundays we have off. So we have the whole week with us, including a weekend. And 8 p.m. is what the time that is fixed for this session. We we start with skimming, we continue with vocabulary part, we practice some grammar by spotting and just going through the rule again, and then we do some MCQs as well. Okay, so it's like a whole package for you, especially for those who struggle with giving a lot of time to English as a subject. This is the session to attend, trust me. Also, for any exam जिसमें English पूछा जाता है, this is the session that will help you improve, this will help you get better at English, and we want that, don't we? तो यही आप यहाँ पे कंटिन्यू करो, पूरा क्लास अटेंड करो. Every vertical, every segment of this session is super important. Apart from this, a quick update: at 1:30 p.m. on this channel we have classes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and these are the classes currently I have started taking practice sessions for EPFO exam. So please join in those classes as well. Okay, so jaldi se like or share kar do and subscribe the channel if you are new here. I'm going to talk a little bit about skimming before we begin. So you have to not go through the passage with respect to reading and understanding through translation. You have to skip some words and focus more on the subject and the verbs of the sentence. Don't focus a lot on the proper nouns and the dates and days. Try to take a picture of it. Don't pronounce the word in your mind, or don't start lip sync when you are reading, because ये छोटी छोटी चीजें बहुत time ले लेती हैं. The whole purpose of skimming is you understand the given passage in a given time frame, and the understanding should be such that you are able to understand the message of something which is written in front of you. आरसी में भी एग्जाम के वही करना होता है आपको. लेटर ऑन यू गेट वन बाय वन टू द क्वेश्चन एंड देन यू सर्च आपका आंसर जो है ना. बट प्राइमरीली यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन द मेन मैसेज डिलीवर्ड. मेन मुद्दा क्या है एक आर्टिकल का. सो दैट्स व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू. मैम, इज इट नेसेसरी टू डू डेली आरसी? If RC is one of your weakest things that you are scared to do, unable to score, it is dragging you down, then do one RC daily. Otherwise, it's not an absolute necessary. But whichever topic is the topic where you lag, you have to make sure you practice the topic more. A simple formula, है ना? Chalo. So I'm gonna give you 2.5 minutes. This is the editorial taken from the Hindu newspaper. So please get going. in a line or to tell me in short कुछ detail दो मुझे that what you have understood. Also there is a glitch in the PDF. Please allow me 1 minute. Stay here. I am also here with you people, but I would require a short break here of a minute or two, and I'll get back to you. Something didn't turn out to be the way it was supposed to be. I'm fixing the problem, guys, okay? But I need you people to give me a moment to do that. Okay. I hope it should be resolved by now. You should be able to see things properly. Cool, it's fixed. Sorry, guys. Things happen. Technology sometimes betray. Okay, have it. Done. So let's first understand what is being done here and what author is saying. क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा है. So sorry once again, guys. So caste of characters on the caste census. Caste census, the latest ordeal. We need to know more about it. Caste census presents both challenges and opportunities. So probably what we are going to get to read here is going to be something quite balanced. Okay, that's what we get to a sense of from the topic and the subtopic. For the first time since 1931, census forms will record the caste of Indians. But questions remain on the extent of the impact that the data would have on India's affirmative action programs. Okay, we already read one article related to this, and now we are seeing again something more detailed. सेंसस जब तक 1931 के बाद से अब होगा where there will be a record of caste of Indians, and we don't know how exactly it is gonna impact, and affirmative action होता है some kind of policy which is preferential policy, किसको preference दे किसको नहीं दे, है ना. Now decadal census until now have categorized citizens as SCs, STs and as per religion. So ये categorizations अभी तक हुए हैं. In decades of reservations for SCs, STs and OBC, there have been concerns about which community or individuals within these groups are able to access the benefits. So in this time period, a big time period, we have seen the reservations for these categories. There have been concerns that is there a misuse, or which communities or individual within these are actually getting the benefits or able to get the benefits or not. The demands for a creamy layer to eliminate the economically better off sections. So the demands for a creamy layer means economically advanced log jo hain, to eliminate economically better off sections. Okay, तो यहाँ पे ये क्या हो रहा है, from reservation quotas and for subcategorization to ensure smaller or relatively more backward communities are not crowded out. Okay, so यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं they have gained moral and political legitimacy. कि कौन किसको पूछेगा? Moral legitimacy मतलब something which relates to something being legal, but also it's ethical, it is justified. Supreme Court of India, the Supreme Court of India, last August cleared the way for subcategorization within SCs and STs, and the justice finished a study to examine subcategorization within OBCs. So this was a ruling. This was what happened by the Supreme Court of India. They got cleared way किस तरीके से subcategorization should be there within SCs, STs, and एक study को भी examine करा गया. The court's judgment was quick to draw a sharp fault line within SC and ST communities on the issue of subcategorization and the potential for upset. Means यहाँ पे एक potential था जहाँ पे things may really be something that could unstabilize something else. The Commission's report has forced the government to keep its finding closely guarded. क्या हुआ यहाँ पे? Judgment was quick to draw a sharp fault line. यहाँ पे judgment में जो ST/SC communities के within की एक clarity नहीं थी. There was this ambiguity. They were quick to figure it out on the issue of subcategorization, and it was the potential for the upset in the Commission's report has forced the government कि आप अपना चीजें थोड़ा सा guarded रखो. It should not be made that public that easily. Caste groupings continue to be a determinant of political and social life, and empirical data on these are essential. So, author says that caste groupings, making groups based on caste, is something that is a determinant that determines political life, social life, empirical data, and for more effective development planning, it is essential. We can't just ignore it. ऐसा नहीं है ना कि उनके बिना काम हो जाएगा. However, the search for increased representativeness. However, if you want the representation by these should be increased through slicing and rebelling of social groups, could be an infinite process. Okay, this kind of search could be something जो कि चलता रहेगा, leaving some group or other group always dissatisfied. So you cannot make everyone happy through this process. Now, this is the first challenge. Okay, you can never satisfy everyone. The other challenge is the logistics of how caste enumeration should be conducted in a country where community-based claims are numerous. So again, it is a challenge. The challenge is that how to conduct this enumeration. The understanding of what caste is and difference between a subcaste and a caste group. Understanding hota kya hai caste, then what is a subcaste, what is a subcaste group, and the reconciliation of understanding of caste names. Caste names की भी deeper understanding with their morphing according to linguistic and regional variations are issues. Maybe they, for example, they just are from the same caste, but what they call it is slightly different because of the geography. So this again is a deeper problem. The gap in understanding caste was reflected in SECC 2011 data set as well. So we saw this kind of problem where people were unable to understand exactly what was asked when caste was asked, which yielded more than 46 lakh different castes. So because of this lack of understanding, gap in understanding, this data set ended in showing that there are 46 lakh different castes in India. Apart from the fact that there is no repository of all castes except for the list of SCs, STs and OBCs. Okay, so repository is किसी चीज का storehouse. But apart from these, ये classification के अलावा there is no standard one for rest of them. The question of how to classify communities as caste, tribes, socially or educationally backward classes continues to be litigated in high courts and the court in the form of countless petitions for inclusion or exclusion. So the minor differentiations between castes and tribes and backward classes, okay, it continues to be litigated. People are coming up with petitions in the high court, in the local courts, because there is lack of understanding of what is included, what is excluded. The decision to enumerate caste can also be an opportunity to arrive at a consensus on these questions. So यहाँ पर भी now this is like an opportunity. Of course, there are challenges, but enumeration, this decision to do it, to enumerate caste, can help us to come at a consensus, to come on agreement on these questions. The political diatribe, now diatribe is triad, जहाँ पे एक आलोचना हो रही. This is that accompanied caste and enumeration exercises in Bihar, Karnataka, Telangana shows that this could be volatile. Anything volatile is unstable. कभी भी फट सकता है, कभी भी कुछ हो सकता है, कभी भी it can go wrong. The center should build consensus on the details. करना है अकेला काफी नहीं है. How it is to be done, the details should be something where the center should agree. Now that all parties are in agreement with caste enumeration in principle, main काम caste enumeration का है, for which everybody is agreeing. But how it is to be done, the details of it should also be something जिसके ऊपर सबका agreement चाहिए. That will keep the integrity of its finding intact and beyond reproach. So when we say no, something is beyond reproach, that means कि इसके ऊपर अब कोई उंगली नहीं उठा सकता. Nobody can point their finger that this is wrong. And integrity of the finding means again the same thing, that we know for a fact this is what it is, this is the result. Nothing should go wrong. So details and the process should be in the way that it leaves no one in the position to question कि कैसे हुआ, गलत तो हुआ नहीं है, it is insufficient, like that. Okay, so author वो चीज़ों को यहाँ बता रहे हैं. I'll quickly take you through the vocab. So affirmative action, like we did last time, it is a positive discrimination, some policies that helps to give preference to those who need more representation. क्रीमी लेयर इज हिंदी में से मलाईदार तबका कहते हैं. इंटरेस्टिंग, इकोनॉमिकली एडवांस सेक्शन, वेल टू डू. सब कैटेगराइजेशन इज इंटरनल डिविजन ऑफ फर्दर क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ सम बिगर डोमेन्स. मॉरल लेजिटिमेसी, एथिकल जस्टिफिकेशन. सो इट इज अ वैलिडेशन. इट इज एक चीज को हम वैधता दे रहे हैं कि हाँ ये सही है ऑन द ग्राउंड्स ऑफ मॉरल्स. Empirical data is measurable information, something which is observational data, जिसको हम बोल सकते हैं ऐसे आंकड़े हैं जो कि we can comprehend. Volatile is संवेदनशील, something very unstable, unpredictable, explosive. Diatribe is triad, okay, a harangue. Consensus, सहमति, it's a kind of agreement. that means कि अब सब लोग, not even one is out of the line, सब लोग मिलकर यूनिसन में कुछ बोल रहे हैं. okay, tirade is also a lecture kind of a thing. Beyond reproach is a phrase, you can use this phrase easily in your essays and all. That is being blameless, faultless. Something is beyond approach. The evidence in this case is beyond reproach. Okay, the clues here are beyond reproach. That means इसके ऊपर दोष लगा ही नहीं सकते. They are that strong. Repository is storehouse, archive. Enumerate is to count. Morphing मतलब transformation, like the evolution, है ना, बढ़कर बदलकर कुछ नया हो जाना. Reconcile is to harmonize, to get back, मेल मिलाप कर लेना. Determinant is something that is influencing the decision, something that will be very important while a decision is being made. Reproach is blame, so beyond reproaches, blame के बिना, blameless. Insular is narrow-minded. Some people who are insular और मतलब उनका open thinking नहीं है, तो उसे हम insular बोलते हैं. Time for you people to now crack some questions here. So let's start. I have marked this sentence for you. I want you to tell me subject and main subject and verb of this sentence. Come on, guys, you need to answer. It's not that difficult. Okay, so the demands. This is my first noun. Demands किसके लिए हैं, क्यों हैं, and for sub-categorization to ensure the communities are not crowded out. Demands have gained moral and political legitimacy. So ये demands justified हैं इनकी नज़रों में, but demands किस लिए have आया है यहाँ पे. You know, they are pretty far away from each other, but you know, that's how we have to check things in exam. Okay, part of speech of this word. It is an adjective. It is a noun. So we can see is written over here, and with a noun. That's how it pans out. After that, we have a preposition. So this is a noun. Next one, part of speech. Relabeling. So just read how it is used in a sentence. अकेला word देखकर you can not be sure of the way it is used. However, the search for increased representativeness through what? Slicing and relabeling of social groups. So slicing means break करना and वापस से वो break हुए को label करना. So relabeling here is a gerund. Okay, that is, it's acting as a noun in the sentence. The last question before we go ahead and do some more questions. Last one from this. Okay. Part of speech of this word. Part of speech of this word. It is an adjective because we are saying linguistic and regional variations. According to is part of according, the phrase. According to what? According to variations. Now that's your noun. What type, what kind of variation? So linguistic word. Whenever you have such an ending, most of the times it's an adjective, so that's what you have. So the summary goes like this. For the first time since 31, India's official consensus will record caste data beyond. It's just more than ST, SC and other categories. While this marks a major step towards empirical social justice, it also introduces complex challenges. It's good, but then challenges are there like subcategorization, uh, definitional ambiguity, because exactly क्या है क्या नहीं है people may not know. Logistical chaos, political controversy. So the Supreme Court has permitted subcategorization among SCs and STs, and the Commission has finished its study on OBC division. This is the current status. But a clear consensus on classification, nomenclature, that means naming of things, and data application is still lacking. Political weaponization of caste enumeration, that as seen in other states, underscores, it highlights that the need for national level dialogue is important to ensure credibility and minimize volatility. We want to be ironclad surety. We need to have ironclad surety for this. तो वो चीज यहाँ बोली गई है. The tone is analytical and cautiously optimistic, because author is saying this is not bad, but he is saying we have to be very careful when we do this. Hence, cautiously optimistic. Start answering now. Okay. B is the answer here. Uh, which of the following risks does editorial associate with caste subcategorization? The risk of endless reclassification and dissatisfaction, because they may not be satisfied, they may not know exactly. So वो एक loophole, एक weakness, एक challenge है. Answer to this one is D. According to the editorial, the 2011 dataset illustrated major flaw. What was this major flaw? Excessively large number of self-reported caste entries. Okay. तो आप अगर report के बारे में पढ़ोगे, what is given in the passage, so we can see that the gap in understanding was reflected in the data set, and 46 lakh जो number दिया है, that is excessively large number. So वो यहाँ पे उस चीज को बता रहा है. Next one. Okay, so answer to this one is C. What does the editorial suggest about caste role in India's public life? Caste continues to deeply influence political and social dynamics. That's why वहाँ पे political and social justification की बात, legitimacy की बात करी गई है. Fourth question. Okay, answer to this one is C. The potential for intra-group unrest. So the center has been reluctant to release the Rohini Commission's report as per the editorial. Why? क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है? So what we can see here is the controversy, because you can again see in starting में Supreme Court ने cleared the way जो करा था सब categorization का. It is something that has the potential for intra-group unrest, and because the potential is high, they are not willing to, they are keeping it guarded करके जो लिखा था sentence. That's the answer for this one. Why you people are not answering today? Not sure of the answers? Is that so? Answer to this one is C. Which of the following best reflects editorial's recommendation for caste enumeration? Editorial ka recommendation. A national consensus is essential to preserve its credibility. This is the main thing. It should be done only by the states. Only बहुत ही यहाँ पे extreme word है. It should be supervised by an international body. Mention कहीं नहीं है. It should be conducted without community involvement. तो conduct कैसी होगी है? I mean, that was a silly option. First question of error detection. Please start solving it. Okay, so answer here is C. The court's reluctance in what disclosing, disclosing what, disclosing the report's specifics, यहाँ तक सही है, stems not only, not merely, not only same है, from political apprehensions but also due to नहीं आएगा, from आएगा, parallelism maintain करेंगे. It stems not only from one thing but also from other thing. तो वो फ्रॉम को रिपीट करना है, पर ड्यू टू वुड बी द रॉन्ग थिंग टू यूज हियर एंड सी में इसलिए एरर था. हेलो. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. So even if you're late, at least there are a few questions left and you can answer these questions. that caste, despite repeated constitutional intervention, caste continues to mediate access to what social goods. The caste, despite intervention, continues to access social goods is a reminder. Now, caste जो है continues कर रही है, but that is my main subject here. So that is the governing and main subject. तो उसके लिए R नहीं आएगा, यहाँ is आएगा. That caste ऐसी ऐसी है. This is a reminder of unfinished project envisioned by the framers. ओके, सो मैंने आपको पहले भी थोड़े दिन पहले बताया था कि what या that से अगर सेंटेंस शुरू हो रहा है, so it is a phrase that will be used after that or what, and then उसका जो मेन वर्ब होगा वो सिंगुलर होगा. आई होप यू रिमेंबर, इफ नॉट कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग, लर्न हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. E is the answer. Empirical mapping of social identities. However desirable, adjective है तो adverb उसको समझा रहा है. Mapping must not overlook the ways in which what identification diverges from state imposed taxonomies. So, yeah, everything is good to go. Fourth one. Yep. Tell me the correction as well, okay? Answer is B here. The editorial warns that caste enumeration will not necessarily result in. Not पहले आएगा, negation वाला adverb, and then this will go. Okay. Proportional reservation as constitutional limits plural है तो apply आपका second verb हो गया. Last question. Okay, so for the fifth one, yeah, not necessarily uska answer tha. For the fifth one, the answer is B. The multiplicity of caste names, many lack. Okay, not lack. Subject verb agreement. Simple सा यहाँ पे error है. A standardized spelling or classification. Now the multiplicity complicates. This is the main subject, तो उसका main word. Any central effort at rationalization or enumeration. Okay. So there you go. We are done here. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Continue attending the sessions. For tomorrow, I'm not sure. I mean, so we have this mock drill going on. You all might know about it. So in case internet doesn't work or there is massive power outage, I may not be able to take a class. But if everything goes well, I am here, I'm ready with my class material, and I will definitely take your session. Okay, so take care. Bye bye.